evening, New York City and my listeners around the world. This is your host, Elizabeth Tripp. I'm live here on YouTube. I'm so excited to be here. It is Wednesday evening, a little bit past 7. It's my favorite day of the week. I absolutely love Wednesdays and for so many different reasons, but really because I get to come and join all of you and really bring you on an incredible journey with me. We get to go on a wonderland of self-exploration, and we really start to dive in deeper into ourselves as we look at our life experiences, things that occur in our life as these incredible gateways, these opportunities to really learn something much deeper about ourselves. It is such an awesome experience for me to be able to share with all of you. And it's a really incredible show this evening. As you guys all have journeyed with me over the past year and a half, you may begin to notice this much richer, much deeper awareness I have of myself, and this much deeper connection. It's very palpable to this greater than myself energy that I recognize has guided each and every single one of you to my program this evening. So really, there's no coincidence that you're here, because there's something that you're ready to actually clear from yourself or have more clarity on, or really understand with more power than you have before. And that is very exciting. So I am so grateful to be here. So many profound and amazing things have been happening for me over the last few weeks. And I just feel like I'm in this beautiful, abundant stage in my life where things just flow effortlessly in, and my ability to manifest what I want, the things that I am dreaming of, so easily is starting to happen. The reality of what I've really desperately wanted for so long has now become just my everyday experience. And that's because I've shifted something in myself. There is no more desperation. And I want to share with you guys tonight really some of these pillars to powerfully manifesting the life that you truly want, really uncovering the secrets to becoming the master creator of your life. It's so exciting, and there's a great power to being able to step into this part of yourself. So I want to welcome you all to my show. It is such a great pleasure for you to be joining me, and really a pleasure to have you on board. So I want you to sit back, relax, and really open yourself up, open your heart, open your ears, allow yourself to sink deeper into your body, and really join me on this beautiful ride this evening. All right, so nice big deep breath. We can all do this together. Letting it all go. Be thankful that we've all made it this evening, and that we're about to really start an adventure together. The adventure of unfolding the power of manifestation and how to really break through. So, for those of you who are new to my broadcast, anybody new out there, I'm what I call a life activator and light worker. So what is that exactly? Well, you're beginning to start to see that I have this, much deeper way of seeing the world. And really what I do for people is I activate them on their journey back to their most truest and authentic self. And along the way, we really uncover and clear out the past traumas and the past experiences that have limited them from being their best self. And really, the people who work with me start to discover their own true connection to the universe, to the Creator, to God, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a preference, but it's an incredible experience. And they start to actually have these very profound and deep breakthroughs that are so easy and subtle in my technique. You don't even notice that I'm working with you in a way that is so deep that they start to come out of these sessions and really feel fantastic and connected and alive. So before we begin tonight's broadcast, the power of manifestation and how to break through, I have a client testimony that I want to read. I'm so enamored by this testimony, and my heart was touched so deeply that I just smiled so big and gave such thanks for the words that this individual shared about me. And I felt it was so worthy for it to be on the podcast because it is such an expression of the kind of work that I do. So if you're listening out there and you're curious and you have, kind of questions about what I do, this answers everything. So here goes. And this testimony starts off with, working with Elizabeth is addictive. Once you start, you will definitely want to keep coming back for more. I started working with Elizabeth about 1.5 years ago. And when I walked into her office as a lonely, insecure, and scared girl, I was uncertain of who I was as a person and where I was going in my life. Through working with Elizabeth, I have discovered many truths about myself. By unraveling years and even lifetimes of unresolved issues, her calm and genuine and supportive demeanor, along with her comfortable working space, provide a safe environment, and I get to work through the layers of my life and clear out really old energy that unknowingly has held me back from really having true happiness. I have made more progress with Elizabeth than I did working with any traditional therapist, which I was on and off my entire adult life. Nourish the Soul isn't about just someone listening to you and handing you tissues, but it's actually an opportunity Elizabeth gives you to roam free as you wish, as she guides you to really discover how to nourish your own soul, to live the life you've always meant to live. I remember last year, around this time, working with her, and I was going through this really deep, really painful breakup, and I was suffering from a lot of anxiety, and I was popping Xanax and just trying to get through the day. And I can remember I reached out to her and I said, "Help, I have so much anxiety, I can't even handle it." And she responded quickly, and I later met her that day. And we worked through some deeper rooted issues to uncover what was causing me to feel the way I was. And after that session, I went home and I processed and I went about my business. And it was a couple of days later that then I realized I hadn't popped a pill since the day I reached out and asking her for help. My anxiety literally disappeared. And it went away on its own, and it hasn't returned in the same capacity since. So this client goes on to say, I see Elizabeth on a pretty regular basis now. That's where the addictive part comes in. And we continue to unravel many layers, allowing me to continuously discover my own sense of self. I'm no longer the same girl that walked into the office some time ago. I'm now living a less lonely life as a confident woman who's not afraid anymore. I'm going to give thanks to Elizabeth And I'm now certain where I've been and where I am going now. And I'm beyond grateful that the cosmos had led me to her and for the work that we are doing. Love and light, JG. So, wow, what an incredible testimony. I think it speaks volumes about the kind of work that she has done with me and the results that she has seen. Literally going from being ridden with anxiety to medicating with prescription pills, and literally coming in and allowing herself, giving herself that permission to see the root of the reason why she was feeling the way she was, and noticing that several days later she was in a state of freedom, in a completely shifted way with herself and feeling so much better. And a year and a half later, now able to write that testimony and share her experience with the world. So it's so incredible what happens when you slow down, when you really give yourself the permission to really sink deeper into yourself, the awareness of what is going on, and how when you do that, you can fully embrace a very profound and beautiful, the really profound and beautiful offerings of your life and what is currently happening for you. You know, this moment in time, the real here and now. That's exactly what JG did. She saw she was going through something, and she literally just drew herself into a space of awareness where she recognized, I need some help, I need some guidance. And she gave herself that permission to come in and experience a session where she could really get present to the way she was thinking and feeling, and really start to sink deeper into the here and now for herself, connect her back to her reality, and help her see what she was currently thinking and doing in the way that she was behaving that wasn't serving her. It is the most beautiful thing to witness. And I am just so grateful to the universe to have now become a guide for those who are really searching for a higher existence in themselves, a greater connection and awareness to their life, a real activation of being in the here and now. Such a delicious spot to be. And during the month of May, that was actually our theme. That was what we've been talking about, returning to the here and now. You know, you hear a lot of Buddhist philosophers and really profound people talking about this. So I feel really honored to be able to be in a space in my life where I can approach this subject with such confidence, because I've studied so much in spirituality, and I've gone through such training with, you know, peeling back the layers of my human condition and really stepping into just this more deeper and more connected self. So I love showing that with all of you guys, and I really appreciate you guys allowing me to do that. So when we are in the here and now, and this relates to manifestation and tonight in a real beautiful way, the real power of manifestation and how do we break through, because we need to get present to the ebbs and flows of our life. You know, we need to, rather than reaching for the future all the time, you know, we often find ourselves in this space, in this conversation with ourselves and others, you know, well, when this happens, then I'll be better. And when I get that, then it will all be okay. And if I just plan this and I put this on my schedule and I have this on my plate, then I don't have to deal with really how I'm feeling internally. I don't have to face some of the anxiety or the pain or the tough emotions that tend to happen when I'm in my own company. So we do this really interesting thing as humans. We craft ways to get out of the here and now. And we've talked about this on previous podcasts, so I'm not going to go too far into it. You can check out the previous 2 episodes, Return to the Here and Now, to really get that on Spotify or Tuned In or Google Play or iTunes. That's where I go. You know, it drops every Friday. It's really easy to download, so check it out. But essentially what I'm saying is that we, look for an instant gratification. We're all guilty of it. And we do it in other ways too. We grab the beer, we grab the chips, we grab, sex, we grab shopping. Those things are instant gratification. You all think about them right now, and yeah, that brings a sense of gratification to you. But what they leave you with afterwards, oftentimes is less of what you want. You often then feel, more anxious or more insecure or more uncomfortable. So you have to then go look for more of that. Really fascinating, isn't it? So we love to get out of what's uncomfortable for us and painful and unpleasant. And it is totally okay, but that's the reality. That's our truth for some of us. And here's the thing. We can choose a different truth. We can actually create a different solution for ourselves. And I can make it easy for you if you choose to have me be your guide and if you choose to tune in every week and really listen to my message. So there is this offering that I am giving you the opportunity to really choose something else for yourself. It's the beauty of our existence. We always have a choice. That's the cool thing. So there is so much richness in being present to the here and now. I love to watch the flowers blossoming and the greenness of the leaves and the outspreading of the boughs of the trees. Just watching them flow in the park, it's just so beautiful. And 4 years ago, I would not be able to have that presence with myself in nature because my mind was busy. It was running. It was always going. And I know that you guys can all relate to that because you wouldn't be here if you couldn't. So there is so much freedom and ease in the here and now. And it's truly a space to surrender, which, was what was last week's podcast about. Surrender to the universe, surrender to what is currently happening for you. Surrender to your current conversation. It allows you to really move you then. You get to learn from yourself. You get to be aware of what you're saying. You get to be fully in the moment of what's happening. And you can then choose to decide if you want this experience again, if you want to be in this pain, if you want to be in this suffering, if you want to be in this frustration, or you can seek out an alternative way. You can actually seek guidance, or you can seek ways to get you out of a space that feels uncomfortable for you while being in it, while sitting with it and working through it. There's a difference than just reaching for the chips or the beer or the sex or the, overpacked, jam-packed schedule. That's called pushing down. Facing it means that you're actually really dealing with it and allowing it to come into your, present awareness head on. And that's where you get the transformation happening. So how does this relate to manifestation? It's because that's where manifestation happens. Manifestation happens in the here and now. And if we are actually trying to reach out of our here and now because something uncomfortable has come into our life, a situation where we're dealing with uncomfortable feelings or, feeling scared or desperate or anxious, and we're doing our old usual food, alcohol, shopping, sex, over planning, scheduling, not sleeping, all of that stuff we know that we've once done. We're doing that. We're actually reaching out of the here and now. But if we come into a space of awareness with ourselves and we sit with what we're currently feeling and we experience it, we can actually give ourselves an opportunity to move out of it and choose a different way, which is where we start to create our life in alignment with new energy, because we let go of something old and we allow for something new to come in, a new vibration. We allow for more space. We allow for more ability to hear and see and to feel ourselves. So our vibration naturally increases, which is really beautiful, because in order to manifest what you desire, you actually have to be in a higher vibration. Because generally what you want is up here, and what you are currently in is down here. It's really fascinating, okay? And I'm going to help you guys see this, because to really see our desires come to life, we have to be in the here and now. That's where it begins. And the thing is, it's the crazy part about this is that the universe has no bias for what you want. So if you are stuffing down your feelings, if you're pushing them down, okay, then you're actually pushing down thoughts and feelings of a lower vibration. And the universe is then going to give you more lower vibrating experiences and essentially give you more of what you don't want. It's just the law. It just is what it is. So I tend to meet many people who say, I can't manifest. It's so frustrating. And I focused on it and I said, positive affirmations all day long and I didn't get it and it's not here. And I smile and I laugh and I say, yes, that's true. It is not. And do you know why? And they say, no, I don't know why. And I said, exactly. You just told me why. And they usually look at me like really with like deer in headlight eyes. And I said, you just told me why. And the thing that they told me is that they don't know why. So what they're telling me is they're stuck. And so what they're saying to the universe is I'm stuck. So the universe is going to give them stuck. That's it. The universe has no bias. That's the number one thing you need to recognize. To be a powerful manifester, you have to recognize there's no bias. So if you're in low vibration, you're going to get low vibration. If you seek higher and you do the work and you actually allow yourself to be in the here and now, to be connected to the present, to be aware of your thoughts, to be aware of your patterns, to be aware of your feelings, then you have just empowered yourself to be a manifester, to be a master creator of your life. Congratulations. I really wish I could go out and shake your hand, because that's the kind of person I like to engage with, work with, move with, shake with. Those are game changers. Those are seekers. Those are achievers. Those are high-level people. And you can be a high-level person. There is no, range of class here. We're not working in the medieval times. Everybody has the availability to become a high-level individual, if you choose. So the universe will deliver to you what you want based off of what you're thinking and feeling right now. Do we all understand that? That is the number one pillar of manifestation. Okay? We get it. We're clear. We got it. Pretty sure you guys do. If not, you know how to get a hold of me. nourishthesoul.nyc. And I offer this opportunity for clients to come in for 30-minute consultations, and really for free, to just tell me what they're thinking and feeling and what they're ready for. And we can decide in those conversations if I'm the right partner for you. And we can even do that for a greater program that I have. I have a Living Life by Design program where literally I guarantee you that you will begin to design your life in 6 months or less. And there I give you a little more time, about 45 minutes to an hour, to talk to me for free to decide if you want to be in partnership with me. So back to the manifestation, okay? So here, when we do this, when we get present to the here and now, when we understand ourselves with more awareness to what we're thinking, to what we're saying, how we are actually, in control of what happens to us, we instead of life happening to us, okay? So instead of the natural, most automatic human response, like life is happening to me, I'm a victim of the circumstance, which is totally normal because it can absolutely feel that way. And I have absolutely been there. And I've absolutely been in the trenches with that idea and with that thought, and really have felt real desperation and pain. So I get that. But if we stretch ourselves into choosing that there is an alternative that lies with facing what we're feeling, with getting present to our thoughts and feelings, we can actually design it so life happens to us and for us, okay? So that that life is happening for us. So not to us, but life is happening for us. So who wants that for themselves today? Who would want that? That life is happening for you because you're designing it, because you're creating it, because you're in a space with yourself where you feel good, where you feel empowered, where you are understanding your incredibleness, your awesomeness, your beauty, your magnificence. That's what true manifestation requires, for you to actually point yourself back to your authentic self, your true self, to get in alignment with that part of yourself. It all exists within each of you. Each of us have been blessed with this beautiful energy within us, this authenticness, this realness, this connectedness to a higher level of ourselves. It's really beautiful when you get there. So, yes, manifestation can be easy. It can be incredibly easy, okay? I'm just talking about just instead of reaching for the chips, instead of reaching for the beer, instead of going for the sex, instead of going for the shopping, to refrain and to actually choose something different, sitting with your thoughts and feelings and really drawing awareness to it. It takes couple minutes. You could do, free journaling, where you simply just freely journal out what you're thinking and feeling, and you get so much information. You could go to a yoga class. You could go for a walk in the park. You could do some deep breathing exercises. You could do a 3-minute meditation. Whatever works for you. But what we're requiring here is the desire to want to slow down and actually get aware of yourself. Because if we aren't, then we are actually really good at holding ourselves back. And in fact, if I were to give like a gold star, I would give gold stars to my old self for how good I was at limiting myself, how good I was at self-sabotaging myself, because my mind would trick me into really believing otherwise. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I'm not powerful. I'm not magnificent. I'm not beautiful. I'm not worth it. That's some pretty powerful stuff. I mean, if my thoughts are things, then those things are pretty powerful, and that vibration is actually powerfully low. And so my life experience, as you've heard in my other podcasts, was pretty low, despite thinking that I was, okay. I mean, a lot of really unhealthy things were happening for me. So for the short answer, okay, really, absolutely, we can manifest anything into our life. We are magnets to the universe. We're designed that way. So here's the thing. Guess what? I just said it. Your thoughts are things. And what we think, we create. So what we say and what we desire play a huge, big, gigantic role in what we see showing up for ourselves. And the only way we can really get aware to what we're thinking and saying is if we practice drawing ourselves into the here and now. If we actually refrain or pause to that natural automatic reaction to reach for the future, to get out of what we're feeling and to really get back into the present. So we're all understanding that's fundamentally the first part of manifestation. Second thing, guys. Boy, I'm giving you guys a lot of really great information, really good stuff. I want you to ponder on this though. This is really incredible. We are powerful beings, period. I'm just going to put a hard period there. We're powerful. That's it. We're powerful. And because that's a hard fact for me, we are so powerful that everything that comes out of my mouth is then powerful. Everything that I feel is then powerful, because I literally know just by that statement alone, I am powerful, that anything I think and say is then is a reality for me. It truly is. And we tend to forget this. We absolutely tend to forget this. We tend to go out in our waking life and, get upset that somebody bumped us in front of the subway or cut us off. And we start to say things like, oh, what a jerk. And, people are always pushing me around and everybody's out to get me and this and that. And so those are powerful statements. And so I want you to think, if our thoughts are things and we create our reality, then what are you going to experience every time you go outside? Everybody's always out to get me. You're always getting shoulder checked. Somebody's always cutting you off. That's a frustrating existence. For me, it would be. So each thought that we have informs us of our energy, okay? It informs us where we are vibrating. And so we can see that everybody's out to get me. It's actually a lower vibrating thought. It's not very high. And your energy actually manifests into your experiences. So here's the story. Here's what I want to share with you guys. For example, okay, and so I know I have some entrepreneurs listening and business people who are really starting to get their business, start to get their business off and start to work and attract clients. Or really this plays out for anything. But, a lot of people, what they want to manifest is money. Okay, I hear that a lot, money and relationships. So let's say you want to get $10,000 this month. So you set that for a goal, okay? You set that goal for yourself and you decide you're going to create a special deal for your current clients and for prospective ones. And you're going to go door to door, or literally send out blast email after email, and you're going to advertise this deal hard. You're going to really go hard, and you're going to go, for it really full speed ahead, put a ton of effort into it. And that's how you're going to reach your goal, okay? Does that sound pretty normal? Sounds like the average person who's, going to look to get $10,000 in their business. It really starts with a sale, starts with a pitch, starts with a hard, I got to get this, I got to reach them, I got to get them to take action, correct? And so you're putting in a lot of effort, right? You're putting in a lot of effort to get what you want. So you have your action plan, okay? I hear that. And now I want you to get present to what you're actually thinking and feeling on a deeper level. So let's go one more step. So you're saying then, I really need this $10,000. I really want this $10,000. So what are we saying here? I really need it. I really want it. Right? What are we saying? Well, I want is coming from a feel-good place. I mean, just think about it. I want this. Does that feel good for you? Or is it coming from a place of lack? So are we in abundance when we say I want? Or are we in a space of lack? You decide. But for me, when I say I want, I'm confirming to the universe that I don't have something, that it's not here. So I'm automatically putting myself into a space of lack. I'm not in abundance with my $10,000. So I'm actually saying I don't have it, and that it's not here. So that's essentially what it's doing, is it's moving me farther away from my $10,000 actually, because like I said, we're a magnet for the universe. We're really these vibrational creatures that, how we think and feel. We are so powerful that what we think and what we say actually creates then a vibration. And as a result, the reflection of our experiences are mirroring back to where we are with ourselves. So I'm then mirroring out to the world, I don't have this $10,000. So it feels high or low. It feels low for me because then I'm frustrated and I'm sad and I'm upset and I'm worried and I'm scared because I have bills to pay and I have plans and I have things I want to do. And this is a business that I'm running, right? Same thing could be applied for, a relationship. I really want that. I really want that partner. And where are they? And I'm sad. I'm never going to get married and I'm not going to have kids. I've met many women like that, including myself 5 years ago. And or, body image. I want to be 120. And here we are saying that where we're currently at maybe 150, 160 is in a space of lack. We're not okay. So what is the universe going to give us? Effortless, easy weight loss, or is it going to be difficult? You guys decide. I never really like to just preach. I want you guys to use your minds here and stretch into this conversation. So what we want in this particular storyline is high vibration. We want to reach the 10,000, which is high. So now we're disappointed because it's not here. I really need this money, right? What am I going to do? How is this going to happen? And what is going to happen to me? So can we hear ourselves there? Really, scrambling. We're really scrambling there, trying to find a concrete, justifiable reason to, why we aren't getting what we want. So we want to reach out of discomfort. We want to find a blame. We want to find a reason. So we blame the universe. We blame, the fact that the clients didn't open the email. We blame the fact that the door slammed in our face. We're not a good salesman. We're not good enough. We're never going to achieve this. We blame ourselves. Wow. Do you hear that? We always are trying to we reach out of what we're experiencing and try to reach into something that will comfort ourselves. And even self-inflicted pain. The human mind even inflicts our own pain by making us the reason. I mean, really what's happening is that you're just kind of in your monkey mind. You're not clear with what you're thinking and saying. That's it. You're just not clear. So we're in old pattern, we're in old way of thinking, and then we might go and we might hit the bar and we might go, out to eat and we might, order all these comfort foods and we might, text that girl or guy, or we might, go on a shopping spree, or we might, have infidelity with our partner because there's a part of us that, wants to experience something where we feel better. Trust me, it happens. I get it. So here's the thing. We haven't fully understood the universe is truly just responding to us. It takes time for us to get into that space. That's why when I started the podcast, I said it really starts with the here and now. Really getting into a place with yourself where you're practicing reaching towards your awareness of yourself, what you're thinking and feeling. Trust me, these uncomfortable emotions, they're fleeting, they're ebbed and flowed. And so you will not be uncomfortable forever. I promise you. I used to think that the pain that I felt was going to last forever. That's why I didn't want to feel it. It's not true. It's false. That's a lie. Okay. So we haven't understood the universe is inside of us. We are connected. All of us. There is no separation. And we can quite literally achieve all that we desire because we are an expression of this greater power. The power that created us. So I'm asking you to just open yourself up to this notion. It is definitely alternative. It is new. It is different. But we hear it out there. It's the trend. It's what's happening outside of us and all these different things, Deepak Chopra and, Oprah's, soul purpose podcast. And, we see it with different thought leaders and game changers and different people are coming out with things. They're using this manifestation technique, the idea that there is a greater source of energy within us. And that within that source, because we all came from it, we were created by it, we are all therefore then really connected to it. And that what we want is just as powerful as what that energy is. So we have the power to create then what we see in our life. So slowing down, because it's really important that I help you guys see why I believe this and where I'm at with myself to be able to talk so confidently about this. So a couple of weeks ago, this is really profound for me. This was a really profound story and experience. So I'm really being vulnerable here with you guys to share this because I have not shared this with anybody yet. So a couple of weeks ago, I have found myself really wanting to reach a deeper understanding of life and really wanting to know more about what meditation really is and how it can serve me to connect to myself. And when I reached for this and I then fell into a very deep meditation, I had a very, very profound experience. So I want to share with all of you about what I experienced. So in this meditation that I fell into, it was as though I really evaporated into nothing. I'm not my body. I'm not one thing. I feel like I had evaporated into nothing. And that yet at the same time, I was everything, connected to it all. I was the stars, the ocean, the trees, the animals. And just like that star, in this space, I felt so bright and just so expansive. And just like that tree, I could feel my roots deep into the earth and the water rising up my core and the leaves being nurtured from it and stretching out into the wind. And I realized that I am them and they are me. And it was just so powerful. I became everything. I feel everything. I'm not limited by my mind. I'm not limited by my body. I'm not limited by the physical world. I feel I am everything. Everything is in me and with me. I'm connected to everything. And that was such a powerful experience for me. And I understood after that meditation, what I have studied for so long, that notion that I'm everything and nothing, or nothing and everything, all at the same time. It was just so beautiful. And it relates to this topic tonight, this understanding of manifestation, because it really shows and teaches and expresses this very powerful notion that there is absolutely no separation between me and you and the Creator and the universe, this infinite source of energy in the trees, in the stars, in the ocean, in everything, whatever you want to call it. It's in us. It's in everything. We are all here together, connected, expressions of each other, expressions of this higher source of energy. And therefore, then, because I embody this, I can create from this. I can then design my life out of this source of energy. I'm deeply loved and supported by it, and so are you. So how do you all out there powerfully manifest? Well, first, you have to open yourself up to how incredibly powerful you truly are, how incredibly magnificent you truly are, how amazing you are, how loved and supported you are. I believe in that. I believe in you. I see that in you. I know that exists in you. I know it. And you have to embrace that, or have a desire to want to embrace that, and really clear out any limiting thoughts and behaviors that set you apart from who you truly are, that authentic you. And you must be aware that there's a great power in your language. There's a great power in what you say and what you think. So there is a super power to being in the here and now, and being aware of that, and to drawing yourself towards the experience that you're having rather than out of it. So you are an expression of spirit, and spirit lives in you. And when you can begin to explore that, you are on the journey of manifestation. You have begun to rise to the higher level. You've begun to return to your authentic self. You've begun to allow yourself to be an expression of everything around you. And here I am, this average girl. Many of you would look at me and think you would never guess that I would talk and act and express myself in this way. And it's truly a blessing, and it's what makes me super relatable, and really one thing that allows me to really come out and draw people in, because deep within me is just an incredible wealth of information and gratitude for who I truly am. And that's how I manifest. So I am so grateful for the experience we've had tonight. I know if you've been left feeling like you want more, that you were moved in some way, because I know all of you have been, then I invite you right now to head over to my website, nourishthesoul.nyc, click on the services tab, and schedule an appointment with me. Come sit in my office, talk with me over phone, via Skype. We can, this kind of energetic work and this light work and life activation work can happen anywhere in the world. I have people in Costa Rica, London, California, New York City, upstate New York, Pennsylvania, Florida, Virginia, everywhere. It's incredible. So love and light. This is Elizabeth Tripp signing off the live on YouTube here. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in a few weeks. Next week, we will not have a live broadcast, but starting our new June, we will, and we'll have an exciting guest in the middle of June. I'm so excited for him. He's somebody out all the way in California, and he's really a mover and shaker, and I'm really excited to have him. So TBD, or, see you next time, I guess, June. All right. Love and light. This is Elizabeth signing out.